I've had it on the tiller again, having narrowed the tips, you know, checked the string line, taken more off the thickness, and you think, oh, it's starting to look a bit skinny now. It's about proportion, and like relatively you think, oh, this is getting a bit thin. So it's handy to take the odd measurement. I'm not a believer in doing everything by measurement, but where the horn tips go on one of the Mary Rose bows, there, that's 1/2 inch. And you see I've still got plenty of room for shifting the string line if necessary. So it just, you know, gives you the warm fuzzy feeling that no, I'm not taking off too much. Because on these dodgy areas you think, oh, if I go through there this knot's going to pop out, I'm going to run out of thickness. Truth be told, they'll probably disappear by the time I'm down to weight. Just a little shot of how your draw knife can dig in and tear. You can see that dip there, but it's just followed the wood, so it shouldn't be an issue, because I've still got a fair bit of thickness left. But I've put R for rasp over that area, because, you know, there's this other knot. That should all disappear really, because looking at it I'm still way overweight. Right, since the last time you saw it on the tiller, I took a fair bit of wood off, put it on the tiller again, and it got down to about an extra inch, which I think was probably 17 inches. So I thought, it's not moving very quickly, try and get more off the outers and we'll have another look. So I want to get it back far enough to brace, and the tips were coming back to about this line of brick. Well, that's just about enough to brace it, but of course when you brace it the string stretches and, you know, it's a lot of trouble. But the thing with warbows is by the time you've actually got it braced, if you're not careful, you're sort of 9/10 finished. My eyesight's not what it was. Oh, but I can see I'm getting nearer the 20. There we are, that's 119, so right, I can brace her. So this might be a good illustration of, does 100 at 19 on that long string correlate to 100 at 19 when I shorten the string and brace it? Well, that was fun. I was trying to brace it and it was too heavy for me, I was going to hurt my back. So I got my son to give me a hand. I stood on the stringer and there was an almighty bang. Fortunately it was just the end of the stringer popped off. So I think what I'll need to do, I'll take a little bit more off the bow, and we're going to need a thicker bit of rope. Right, we got some heftier string and we got it strung, but even so the string stretched like mad and you can hear the tension. That's ludicrous, isn't it? But what we'll do, because I've lightened the tips a bit, we'll do the experiment in reverse. We'll see what this looks like at a certain draw weight, draw length, then go back to the slack string. Right, you can see the string stretched like mad, but it is at least a low brace now. So we can pull it and see what we've got. Yeah, the outers are moving a bit more now. Left's a bit stiff. There we are, 100 at, oh, it's about 19 and a half, 19. So now we'll reverse the experiment, see if that looks the same on a slack string. So when it was slack, to get from slack to that low brace, I had 3 turns on this. So if I take out 3 turns, 1, 2, 3, we should be back to me slack string that I can put on without giving myself a hernia. Now that's possibly hanging a bit lower because the string's stretched a bit. £100, 19 and a half. So although it's very counterintuitive, it just happens to work out. I can't be bothered to try and work out the geometry, and you'd probably struggle to find a man who can, because the tension on a braced bow is huge and there's all sorts of clever stuff like physics and the like. I don't know how it works, but it does. There you go. So anyway, you can see it's progressing. We've got a low brace. I've got a draw weight, £100 at nearest down at 19.5, 20. So